Yo, welcome to my gamer debrief thing. So I'm kind of just for this type of stuff. What this series is going to be about is just, I guess, like doing a little debrief for me, kind of like just an outlet for me to talk about stuff that I want to talk about. Definitely wasn't inspired by Garrett at all. I'm not copying anything he's doing. Don't sue me, Garrett. No. For this little thingy I'm doing, I'm gonna just be basically playing any game I want. I don't know. It's not really gonna just be Spelunky. That's why I'm gonna just call it something generic like gamer debrief, or I don't know. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna call this series yet, but you'll see on the thumbnail and you can tell me what I called it and let me know what I'm about to call it or something. Anyways, I'm gonna try and do this like a daily type thing, just playing a game and talking about stuff that I'm doing. But I'm not gonna hold myself to it because I don't want to stress myself out. But I'm gonna try and do it often. Sometimes I just like play Spelunky at night, which is what I'm doing right now. So I'm just gonna record it and talk for a little bit and then hop off. I don't really want to make these long, so I'm gonna try and get into it. But yeah. Some games that I'm thinking of playing is like Super Mario Bros. I want to play Super Mario 64 again. Maybe Pikmin. I like Pikmin. It's really fun. Minecraft, maybe, if I can figure out how to turn that into a short daily little thing. And other games. I don't know. You guys give me some suggestions for games. I'm not really into horror games, so don't give me any of those. But any other suggestions you have, I'm open. I'm all ears to hearing it. Wait, why? Okay. I'm also not gonna hold myself to the one death type thing, but I'm gonna try and like get off quick. Like, I'm not gonna try and make this really long, but I don't know what is happening there. Something else I wanted to do in these daily little debriefs is I read a chapter of my Bible each day. I wanna talk about what I read in my Bible and talk about what I've been reading. So well, today's Sunday, so we gotta go to church and hear the sermon, and it was about the 10 bridesmaids who, the parable of the 10 bridesmaids that Jesus talks about. And he talks about how there's 5 wise bridesmaids that brought enough oil in their lamps to for when the bridegroom came, and there was 5 foolish bridesmaids who didn't bring enough oil, and they were locked out of the party because they didn't bring enough oil and forgot to do that. And that kind of talks about the final judgment that God is going to pass over us for those who are prepared and those who are not. Anyways, that was a cool sermon. The chapters I'm reading in my daily chapter reading thing. I need more money. is I'm reading Ezra. I'm in Ezra right now. I'm kind of just reading it one chapter a day all the way through the Bible. And right now I'm in Ezra. Oh my goodness. Oh! I'm dead. I'm on Ezra chapter 8. On Ezra chapter 8. It talked of, so in Ezra, where they are at in the Bible is the Israelites, after being exiled, after going to the promised land, and after all of that stuff with Pharaoh and Egypt and all that, they get to the promised land and they build the temple and they crown David king, and the temple gets built after David, but anyways, they have kings, and a whole bunch of kings rule in Israel, and then they go to, sorry, it's hard to talk while playing, like, fending for your life in the caves. After all the kings rule and stuff, they split up into the two kingdoms, Israel and Judah, because some of the kings were going bad, and the kingdom started dividing and all that stuff. Kingdom drama. And then they got exiled by King Nebuchadnezzar in the oops. They got exiled by King Nebuchadnezzar, and they all got brought to, what is King Nebuchadnezzar rule again? Wherever King Nebuchadnezzar lives. I can't remember. I'm playing Spelunky. This is hard. This is my first time. Hopefully I get better at this. Anyways, they get exiled to that, and after King Nebuchadnezzar and all that stuff happens, they get out of that place, and they get to go back to Israel, their promised land, and the temple had been destroyed throughout that whole banishing and all that stuff. So they get to go back, and they get to rebuild their temple, which is where Ezra is at. The temple got rebuilt, and then Ezra and some other people are still where. I need to figure this out. Where does Nebuchadnezzar rule? Ezra and them are still at where Nebuchadnezzar is. They're coming, but they're okay. I'm struggling. I'm gonna search up where Nebuchadnezzar was right now. Oh my goodness. Where's my phone? Using Google. Google. Where? Where did King Nebuchadnezzar rule? Babylon. Syria. It was Babylon. Oh my goodness. I don't know how I couldn't remember that. Anyways. By chapter 7 of the book of Ezra, they were still in Babylon. Some of the exiles had gone to rebuild the temple, and that was like 50 years or sometime before Ezra had come. And then They rebuilt the temple, and Ezra is going to come back with a bunch of other exiles still in Babylon. And that's right where it is in this chapter that I was reading. Chapter 8 or 7. I don't know. Anyways, I thought it was really cool that when Ezra and the people are coming back to the temple, coming back to the promised land from Babylon, they didn't have any they didn't have any protection from guards, and so they just trusted God to protect them, and they made it through without getting hurt. They trusted God and he protected them. Okay, watch this. This is gonna be super sick. Oh my goodness, I did it! Did you see that? That was crazy. That was absolutely insane. I'm awesome. Super dope. Okay. But the other thing about that situation where they didn't have guards was the fact that he was too scared of asking the king for getting some guards. So it was kind of interesting that Ezra, oh dang it. Okay, let's go. We still made it up. Ezra was scared of asking the king for help, but not God for help. So it was kind of interesting. Like, he was afraid of asking God and not man for help. Oh wait, no, other way around. He was scared of asking man and not God. So I was like, is he got that like backwards? He's fearing man more than God. Ow. What am I doing? So that was the other take I had on it. There's two ways of looking at it. It's really cool that he trusted in God for keeping them safe, but he also was fearing man more than God because he could have asked for soldiers from the king, but he didn't. Whoops. What am I doing? I just messed up. Ooh. Okay. Well, I got all my okay, this is gonna be the last run. This is the last run. I got everything I wanted to say about this series for the intro, I guess. Intro of this series. And all my daily Bible stuff. Now I get to talk about some stuff about what I've been doing. I just finished up. I've been staying up till like 1 for the last couple days working on stuff for this cool, awesome collab that Garrett's doing. A really big collab, and I'm gonna just hype it up. I'm not gonna tell you anything about it, but I'm gonna just hype it up. It's really big, and it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna drop in a couple weeks or so, or something. But it's gonna be awesome. You gotta just trust me. It's super cool. I'm not gonna leak anything, but you're gonna trust me, and it's gonna be awesome. And I'm in it, so it's even better. Yeah. No. Anyways, I finished that. That took me way longer than I wanted it to. But now it's done. And now I get to work on some fun things. And Garrett might give me some more work this week. But yeah. Oops. I'm sorry, Turkey. Let's just carry you. It's easier. Oh. Fine. We'll ride. I also went to biking yesterday. on Saturday. That was fun. I got a trophy because that was awesome. I just did super well at my practice that they gave me a trophy, and I really liked it. And I got to, like, if you don't know, I do mountain biking for my sport. And we had a race just last weekend, and I got 5th place. But since we live in Florida, there's not mountains in here. If you don't know what Florida is like, there's no mountains. So I want to call it mountain biking, but it's not called. It's really not. Like, I used to live in Washington where there was plenty of mountains, but there's no mountains in Florida. It's just all trail riding now. Do I want that crate? I think so. I'm gonna blow you up, Turkey. Crap. Oh no! Well, I guess that's the end of today's video. Hopefully I get to talk about some more stuff tomorrow. I'll do another one tomorrow. Did I cover everything? I don't know. Yep. I can't wait to do this more often. I liked it. I like doing this. And this was fun. I hope that I do better at playing while talking. But anyways, goodbye. Good how do I end this thing? Goodbye.